differential between a cathode and heater, the potential differential is 0 because it's the same thing. And for the indirect heated tubes as well, when the potential differential is smaller between those two, you will have a better sound. When you increase this differential, then you find that there's a stress coming into the sound, so your amplifier will sound stressed. So if you have an tube amp and you're expecting nice laid back sound, and it sounds so stressed, like you after work or maybe before work, I don't know, then maybe one of the causes that's causing that, maybe the main cause, could be an extreme heater cathode potential differential. Next one, inadequate grid leak. So what's happening is that when you have the input to your grid, with the input to the ground, there is either a nice resistor there, or for really ultra non plus builds, you can put a choke, a grid choke there. And why I'm saying grid choke, because that's something that if you are DIYing, you can do that. But when you see companies, you don't really see it in the commercial companies. I'm pretty sure that there's some who do it, but even when you look Audionaut, even they don't do that. So, but let me know if there's an Audionaut amp that has a grid choke. Just let me know about it. Last time I checked them, I haven't seen any. But and that's one thing where you can up or just close the bridge between what you are doing and what even mega expensive commercial products are providing, that you can choose solutions that are available for you as a builder, and you go it with your heart's desire. I'm not going to get into details what that does, but I can tell you that inadequate grid leak is one of the #1 causes for vacuum tube failures, and not just tube failures, but amplifier failures, like big time kaboom type failures for fixed bias amplifiers, which is the majority of commercial available gear. Sadly, fixed biasing. Myself, I exclusively use auto bias, and I don't like fixed bias at all. Anyway, that's time for a very different video. Now we are 21 minutes, so I'm just running through the other half, and then next time, third time, fourth, fifth time, we can go into details. So, too high screen voltage. Now this applies to pentodes or tetrodes, heptodes, hexodes. So that's also for commercial pentode amplifiers. Potentially that's one of the leading causes, is that they want to put the screen voltage too high to get more power out of the power tube, and that just ages the tube too fast. And also, the higher the screen on your pentode, the easier that the tube will run away if there's some problem, like a voltage surge in your line AC, or your fixed bias is starting to go away. If you have really high screen voltage, it can really easily snowball into a catastrophe. Next one, bias failure with fixed bias tube runaway. So that's, I would say, the #1 cause of push-pull amplifier death, of commercial amplifier death. And it's something that you notice, that one of the tubes just starts growing red and bam, kaboom. And that's because when you have this fixed bias supply that gives a voltage to the tube to keep the current down, and when this voltage supply fails, that negative potential goes away, so your tube runs away. That's why one of the reasons I use auto bias, because then you don't need an extra supply to keep it down, and there's no failure. The resistor or that biases the tube, or you can put another vacuum tube that holds the tube's current to at a set level, so it won't run away. And now, if it's a DC coupled circuit, if you have a especially like a mu follower, when you have the direct coupled amplifiers, like my direct coupled Darling amplifier, there it's an absolute necessity that your preceding stage turns on before your following stage turns on, because if your following stage turns on first and its grid is connected to the plate of the driver tube, then because that tube is not connecting yet, its plate is at the B plus voltage. So that will tell your following tube to run at unlimited current, and it will just red plate and boom, that's it, end of the story. So that's one thing you have to listen and know about. And then also wrong turn on sequence. So also this was an example that wrong, you have to make sure that everything is turned on at the right order. But okay, here I added some more about it. Make sure that the filaments are turned on and properly warmed up before the high voltage hits the tube, because otherwise we are observing what is called as cathode stripping. So when the tube is not ready to conduct, but we are applying that tremendous voltage to pull the electrons, then and the cathode cannot supply it, what will happen? That potential difference will rip off electrons from pieces of the cathode where it's not supposed to, and basically your cathode's emissive properties will decline very, very steadily, and it can cut your tube life into a tenth of the expected one, a few hundred hours or even less maybe. And then turning on and off your amplifier. So when the filament is turned on and off, each time it cools down, that's not a problem, but when it heats up again, then the inrush is going to make those imperfections, impurities worse and worse. And now it's really time to hit the stop button, because it's 26 record minutes. So thank you for chugging along, and I hope I gave a few ideas about some factors which cause shortening of tube life or tube death, or premature tube death. So thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe. You can also support me with a mug of coffee, and have an astonishingly good day and very long tube life. Bye bye.